from me, Jason. Don't
Man,
let
the
them...
whole team left. What the hell? They talking shit the whole game. Now they leave because I played. What? What the hell you telling people about me?
Come on, bro. Let's do
What the hell?
this.
No way everybody's leaving all day.
Let's do this. I want to see if I can defeat
Come on.
you. You want some more?
Oh,
I
yeah.
got him.
Good luck.
You know what your gift is.
Nice.
No matter what they do
got
to
it.
you cannot die. You can never die.
Hey everybody, welcome to the next tips and tricks videos, and yeah, we're a bunch of three morons playing games. Be back, Wolverine, but we have fun. Alright, this video is going to be a two-parter because originally, it was supposed to be in just one, showing you three different methods for breaking down the door with Jason. And then I realized I got into it, there's a lot more I needed to explore, and I'll go over that in the next video, but let's get started on this video. Okay, before I get started, you got to understand some of the Jasons, Part 8, Savini, and Part 4 have what they call destruction. This allows them to break down doors a lot quicker. This is different than weapon strength. Just remember, destruction is for the doors and walls. Just remember that. Alright, the first method we're going to talk about is non-combat stance. You don't use combat stance, and right now we're going to practice on the unlocked doors. So Sackhead's just going to get up there. I'm just holding down my right trigger and just letting it go through the animation. It takes about 3 hits I get through the door because it's not locked. Now here's one with destruction. It's Part 8. Watch this. There's 1, 2. He's already through there. So takes him one less hit than it does the ones without destruction. Now let's test it on the locked doors. 2, 3, 4, and 6. Takes 6 hits to get with a non-destructive Jason. Alright, so here's one with his pig splitter. Part 4, destruction. So there's 1, there's 2, 3. He's through the door. So just remember, if I got destruction, they're coming through that door and a lot less hits. Alright, advantage to the non-combat stance. First off, I'll tell you, it's probably the easiest one to do. Everybody starts out with. That's the first advantage. But another one is when you're in this animation, you can look around with your camera, free look. So, and we've all been subject to it. Somebody wants to sneak up behind you, just nail you from behind. Well, it allows you to look around, which is nice, because I hate getting sucker punched. But it is very good for that, and even with the other methods I show you, I do actually go back to this once in a while. Depends on the team I'm playing or if I feel like being lazy. Alright, the second method, which is actually a little bit faster, is what I call combat stance. Okay, to do a combat stance before we go any further, if you have a console controller, you want to press your right thumbstick in. You'll see the X raise up. On your PC, you want to press the C to go into combat stance. This is where you can block, and if you got counselors attacking you, you're ready to defend yourself. And you can attack back. So, when the X is down, you're out. When you're in combat stance. Alright, in combat stance, you can do the heavy attack, which is overhanded. It's a lot stronger than the regular attack, but it is a lot slower. But it overhead swings. Real simple to do. Now, for the side swing, or the light attack, you're going to quickly tap your button, and it's just like on a mouse, just quickly tap it. And the way I found it better is just to kind of roll off the right trigger. It makes it a lot easier, and it takes some getting used to. And you'll still hit the heavy, and didn't mean to, but it takes a little practice. Okay, so there's a quick tip on the combat stance. Remember, overhead is the heavy, swing to the side, that's your light attack. Okay, so let's walk up here in our combat stance, and we're going to start spamming between the heavy and the light. And the reason why I got that arrow right there, I just showed you, and you start attacking the door. Try to get off to the left side. The reason why, the last thing you want to do is knock down the door, and some suckers over with a shotgun or a flare gun, door goes down, you get shot. This way you're out of the way, and you might be able to shift in there and grab them. Alright, the advantage of this, tracking, and you're allowed to block quicker. So, this example right here, you noticed he moved. I didn't do it, he moved. He's tracking a counselor that's inside. If you're having problems, trying to hear if they're going outside or you're in the middle of this animation, you get lost, well, it turns. So I know where that counselor is at all times. Like this one, when it turned, I knew they were coming out the window. Got them. Also, when you're in this, you're already in combat stance. Somebody's coming up fixing to hit you, block. You're ready to go to block. The other one, it'll take longer to get there and you probably get nailed. This one right here will help you out. And not meaning you're not going to get hit, but you'll get to a block a lot quicker than you will with the other one. And like I said, the tracking is really good with this. But do try it out and see what you think. To me, I love this method. This is probably the one I always use. Oh, one final note before I get into the third and final way to enter. When you go up to a wall inside a house, and look here, I'm in combat state, it doesn't affect it. Doesn't matter which one of the number 2 or 3 I used, it doesn't work. But that's why you have to go right back to the normal stance, the non-combat. It works. Don't ask me why. It's just the way the game is. So just remember that. When you're trying to bust down the walls, that's the way it works. It does still work on the doors on the inside of combat stance, but it does not work on the walls. Alright, third and final way is what I call Combat Pro. The reason why I call it Pro is because I'm watching a lot of pro players start using this method. And what you do is you walk up in combat stance and make you a heavy thrust straight down. Right in the middle, and then just kind of turn your camera. You're not shifting the body, you're not walking, you just turn the camera, looking off to the left, straight down, and your hand is basically through the door. So you're right there in the middle, and you're hitting it. And if you see right here, I thrusting me forward when I did the heavy attack. You got to be careful of that. The only thing that you want to use in this is light attacks. If you use the heavy, it'll thrust you right forward. So here's old Sackhead putting his 2. See, he's already in. That was a unlocked door, but he got in pretty quick with it. And like I said, I'm seeing pros, GamePlayingGuru. If you never went to one of his channels, you'll see him use it. He loves using this method. I'm not saying this is probably the best one. I'm kind of iffy between it and number 2, but it's starting to grow on me. I'm starting to like it. A lot of people swear you will not get your weapon stuck as much using it. Also, you still have the tracking ability like in part 2 because you are in combat stance. But each his own, and it's also situational. You'll play in a game, and you'll see me a lot of times. I'll switch between each of the stances. So just test them out, see which one you like, which one makes you feel more comfortable, and just mess with them. Also, guys, I'm going to leave a link below to a video done by Boredem Era. Very fantastic video he did, and showing you different ways to enter the door with light and heavy attacks as well as the combat stance. And he also times it, and you want to get through the door even by a millisecond quicker. You should watch this video. He'll show you some good tricks to get through the door. Alright, this comes to the end of this part 1 of this video. I will have part 2 up real shortly. And thank you all for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you got any comments, questions, leave them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And please like and subscribe. Help us grow.